This is Kashtira plants versus probably Kashtira in the Tearlament. Top 8. Thank you very much for supporting these videos by liking, commenting, and subscribing so that we can continue to upload them. We're going to have the grand finals attached to the top 8 because that's what you all said you liked. Let's go.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Fenrir searching, and a lot of players are going to be having the Fenrir eat their Ash, and that's a very bad idea. You do not want Fenrir to eat the Ash. Lone Fire is attempting to be negated by the Ash as we're summoning a plant from the deck. We are going to finger the Ash, negate as we summon a plant from the deck. The plant we summon from the deck is going to surely be a Loki, right? Yep, a normal monster. Loki into our dry ass. Now let's speed this up. Virion is going to be negating anything. Resurgence is going to spin back a monster in the field. Fenrir is going to banish a card in the field if you activate a monster effect. We have Imperm negate a monster. And secretly in the graveyard, we have Princess, which is going to be able to negate a monster effect. And if it tributes the Queen Strenna to do so, Strenna is going to summon a monster from the extra deck, which will be an additional monster negate or a monster quick effect tribute. So it's about 6 disruptions. Let's go. Plus a Max C for fun. Super Poly, chain to the Max C, discard the Kelbeck to mill 5 for both players. Can't chain to Super Poly. We just lost our Monster Banish and our Negate Anything. So from 6 disruptions, we now have 4. Kelbeck, get Millin, Princess, Negates, and we're tributing off the Moo Dragon to do so, which means we used a disruption, but we didn't tribute Strenna, so we lost the disruption. We just have Resurgent and Impermanence. That's it. We are successfully fusing. We could spin back a monster. Imperm on Kick Cal is ideal. And now we only have the Resurgent. Get Resurgent. Should we have tributed Strenna and left up the Moo Dragon? What do you think? And do we spin back before the end phase? What? Why not, right? During the main phase, you could target an effect monster and then spin it back. Why no spin? You target an effect monster, it doesn't have to negate it, even though it's already negated. Why are we in the end phase? I mean, what if this was a Sulliek? What if this is a crime? If it's a crime or Sulliek, then you're in trouble. But it's not. All right. Petal searching for a Princess. Mudan tributing over the Kit Cal by cost, not card effect, so it's not going to mill 5. And yeah, that's it's no biggie. I'm going to use their monster to tribute. Why even spin it back when you don't need to? Sure. Snowdrop and our Borea. Holy moly, Rikka looks nuts. Rikka did really well at the World Championship for TCG. I don't think anyone brought Rikka to the World Championship for Master Duel, though. Fenrir is here. You activated a monster effect, so I'm going to banish your Druid Swarm after that resolution. The Borea is going to... What is Borea doing here? Copying the effect of Therion, sending a Therion to negate the Impermanence. Negate. Manish. And that is not enough for lethal. Almost. Borea stealing the Therion effect of Regulus. Very powerful. Rikka Sheet gonna sheet all over Mugiwara, being able to steal a monster with its effect. And that is a game 1 victory for Rikka. We are going to Kaldo searching for Kalbeck, which we did not Ash. We are allowing that. We have Super Poly Imperm. Paddlegate searching for a Rikka Princess. Mudan tributing the special summon. Also activating a search. For a Concon, we're holding on to that Imperm for our dear life. Concon setting up our Rikka Glamour. Princess free special summon. And we're going to Super Poly with double water. Water into Garura. That's going to trigger the Kelbeck to mill 5, which we have our Ash for to negate. Mudora is going to chain, spin back the opponent's graveyard back into the deck. The Princess would be a monster negate if we control a Rikka. The The Petal would summon during the opponent's end phase. And you turned on my TTT for no real good reason. We're going to draw 2. Now we got a Fenrir that could special summon for free. Banishing Loki to grab a Snowdrop. Wait, we got rid of Fenrir for our Small World. Interesting. Snowdrop tributing over the opponent's monster to special summon itself plus the Borea. Rikka Glamour tributing the Borea to search for a Princess and a Primula, which will trigger the Primula to special summon. The Snowdrop will turn both your monsters into level 4 or level 8. Impermanence to negate, locking them into mismatched levels. Why not special Fenrir? Because he, special Fenrir and then search for Fenrir, then Small World. But maybe he's locked into something. Let's see this. There's a cool trick with any deck. You could type in cannot special, and it will tell you the cards that lock you in. Con states that you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plant monsters. So were we locked into Con? And I think something about this too. While this is face up, you cannot special except plant, so that wasn't the problem. I think it was the Con. Petal also. Petal states search your deck and you cannot summon except plant monsters. So Petal, Con, Princess, Sowing, Snowdrop, they all lock you in. So you could do this with any deck. Let's go. Garura for double 300 damage over the Snowdrop, tributing over our Bestial to draw 1. Rikka Princess negating draw 1 by tributing the opponent's Magna Hut. What the? That is wild. Why did Magna Hut not activate? Is it only on this? If this card is only on special summon, oh my Jesus! It does not activate on normal tribute. What a top deck. I can't. We got Maxi for it though. Cross out, designate, negate, and even if you were to shuffle the card we're targeting, it still summons. That's what's crazy about the Borea. You could chain DD Crow, chain shuffle, and it's still gonna be on the field. You have to shuffle before they even equip. And there's usually too many cards in the grave to even do that, but in this case, we could have actually done so. Con setting up the Glamour. We actually had a shuffle. We actually could have stopped this. Knowing that it's too late to then chain the shuffler, we didn't even bother. Low key into the Dryas. 2,400 damage on the field. It ain't GG yet. Sowing into the Twin Reborn to Loki. Activate to summon a healer from the extra. We're gonna shuffle back the Loki so it does not reborn from the grave. Heal it up. Link off into Jasmine. Jasmine tribute off the Twins, summoning a Petal from the deck. Petal for a Princess. Princess, a free special summon. Link up in the Melius. Melius summon the Loki from the grave, but we don't have a Loki to summon. So we're going into the Resurgent instead for just 2,500 damage. And we do have an active Princess, which will be able to negate any monster effects, like the Rhino. So it didn't even activate. And now you would not be able to activate because we don't control a Rikka. We killed Petal to just reborn Petal during the end phase, with no shuffler to return it back. Replacing Con with the Therion Coliseum for the Therion King. The King is here, Regulus equipping the Borea. We now have an Omni Negate. 3,500, spin back the Rhino, dealing damage to ourselves. And just like that, lethal damage 2-0 victory for Rikka. Very good. Lubellion, we have Effect Veiler to negate the Lubellion on the field. Negating the Fenrir is a bait. I think so. That is bait. Fenrir eating up a Veiler for free. That is what I'm thinking. We really wanted Veiler for Kit Kalos, but I guess we didn't know that they're playing tier. We only saw Fenrir, we only saw Lubellion. Maybe, we just didn't know. Now, let's speed this up. We have the Mudora shuffling cards back into our deck, banishing Elise from the graveyard. Now, because we returned Regain back to the deck, we're going to play it from the deck with the effect of the Lubellion to draw a card every time a light or dark is banished. Also, we will be reborning a Bestial from the graveyard. We have Chaos Angel summoned with what? A light and a dark. Just like that, Chaos Angel all your synchros are unaffected by monster effects, and all your monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Let's freaking go. We also have Sulliek to perma monster negate something on the field. We have Rukalis to negate a special summon. We have Elf and the Scream to trigger mill 3 each by reborning the Merlee, and that will probably be a fusion summon. Crime is dead for now until we get a monster in the hand. Let's go. And we have it in our hand right now thanks to Magna Hut, so if that's an Omni negate anything, holy moly, you're screwed. If we have a Shuffler in the graveyard, the field spell will activate to pop a card in the field unless we just fusion summon. No Shuffler, but if we fuse, we will get poppin'. I don't know about this. This is a little too good of a turn 1. Martha, Rukal, easy negate. It doesn't send itself by cost, so you couldn't call by the grave. By card effect, you'll be sending a Tearlaments card to the graveyard. Do we call by the grave the Rukal? Yes, we do. Probably better to save the call by the grave for the Elf, maybe, because that's going to be milling 6 with Merlee and the Scream. Yeah, I mean, we're like screwed anyway. We're just having fun with our opponent. We're doing whatever. Without evenly matched and more than one evenly matched, there's no reasonable expectation to beat this field ever. There's no way. Even if you were to like Dark Rule or no more and Droplet, that's not like double evenly was pretty much the only way. Chaining packs, Crime is going to spin the packs back in the deck, which the packs can search for any Exosister card, but if you search for a sister that you have the other sister in the graveyard of that card, it could special summon. All right, let's go to game 2. This time, Exosister going first. Martha, no Ash. Ash is the best card for the Martha. I would say always save the Ash for the Martha. If they cast a Pell Search first, I wouldn't even negate. No way, mate. Grabbing in another Martha for next turn. Interesting. We have the Magistus, which will reborn a monster from the graveyard. So we passed on the Castapel, which would have prevented us from summoning from the grave. Grabbing another Zorora for next turn as we then exceed into Mikalis. Now, Mikalis, as long as one of the materials used to summon it was an Exosister, it does have the quick effect of banish, not that we are even using that anyway. And now we have Magnifica, which is essentially a double banish. One of the banishes will be non-target banish. We have a ton. It's like the Magnifica double banish, Returnia double banish. We have 4 banishes. We also have Vadi summon from the deck. If you manipulate the grave, we're going to be triggering to turn off your grave. There's a lot here. Udora, just sending Kelbeck. Now, when you send Kelbeck as a cost, you could chain banish it with a card like Returnia. I'm not saying he should have done it, but if you chain banish it before it activates, it doesn't mill. We have Ash for it though. Ash negates. Alrighty. Sharon, discard Merlee. If it activates, we're gonna summon. We're gonna use Vadis. We Vadis'd. The Vadis is happening. We're gonna mill 5 on top of that. Double summon from the deck. Double Exosister trigger because you're moving cards from the graveyard. And we could summon into a negate. We could summon into your graveyard's turned off. But whatever we're milling into right now, it could activate in addition to the card that's activating to turn us off. We have Kaleido Heart on summon, which will activate to spin a card on the field. So there's going to be a lot of chain links here. Let's be ready. Kit Cow. Kaleido targeting the Magnifica. Now, we're in a really bad position here. The Magnifica states it's a quick effect. When your opponent activates a card effect, you can make it leave the field. But you're actually going to chain link block your own Magnifica. In order for Magnifica to jump off the field into a Mikalis, we have to say no to our Exosisters, which they're not going to say no. And it's only because we're non-turn player do we get screwed on this interaction. Sulliek. Yeah, Magnifica is going to have to do a non-target banish and then get spun back by the Kaleido. It's not too big of a deal because one of these could turn into the Mikalis anyway. Or, you know, we'll just imperm negate. How about I negate my Magnifica is now safe. So we did have to use the impermanence to save her from being blocked by our own sisters. Asophiel will then activate, not immediately as a continuous effect as a turn off the grave, it will activate in addition to any other cards that want to be activated in the graveyard before turning off the grave. This will be a field negate. Negate a card on the field. The Hovness could chain to the Sisters being triggered, the Asofield being triggered, that is. And it's the only card activating. We did not chain. Interesting. Returnia with the double banish. Because we performed an Exceed, banish the monster on the field, banish the Kaleido off the field. Yeah, Sisters going first is pretty good. Pretty good. We're going to be spinning 3 cards on our own graveyard back in the deck that will allow us to chain our Magnifica to summon into a Mikalis. Mikalis will then be able to quick effect banish a card on the field. We are going to be milling 3. With that mill 3, we did not mill a Tearlaments, so we are scooping it up. Very good. Well, Maxi, Ash, and double Valor. Valor on Kick-Cal is phenomenal to use on her super counter. We're going to be ashing the Lubellion, searching for a Bestial. We were probably going to discard the Bestial to Special Sharon, so it's like, damn, what did you do? Holy moly. And we don't have an Ash to negate the opposing Martha. Martha summoned from the deck, Meta Noise, flip a monster face down, and it actually works out. Triggering a fusion, which will trigger the Elise. Elise could go into the Mikalis. This is actually interesting. Yup. Fusion Shokan. Activate the Elise. Activate the Kick-Cal. Obviously, you know, we can't Veil or Imperm yet here. We are Fusion into what we were going to make anyway. But you have a Kick-Cal instead on the field. Now we're going to detach to search for the packs. Packs could search for any Exosister card. Monster Spell Trap, grabbing another Martha to normal summon. All right. Well, actually, we special summoned the Martha with the effect of the packs because there was an Elise in the graveyard. Moving a card from our own graveyard with the Zerora, summoning the Elise with it being in the graveyard, allowing us to special summon the Martha, which triggers to summon a Gabrine. Gabrine is going to be able to negate a monster on the field, also boost up the field of Exceeds. Come to me, Zerora, with the effect of the Artemis. That's going to be the boost. Magnifica, double attack, and we are scooping it up. No way. That was wonderful. Pax special summoning Martha, leaving our normal summon available only because we had Elise in the graveyard, then Zerora being the one to trigger your own Martha by reborning the Elise. Damn. That was great. Unicorn is here. Unicorn banish the Kit Kalos is an instant GG against Tear. Banish face down so Crime can't even recycle it. We do have Bestial Magna Hut against Pendulum, which I don't think is going to really work out. We have Birth, which could reborn the Unicorn, and Unicorn's not a light or dark, so the Bestial's not going to work. This is why Bestials no longer were being used once they Kashtira became top tier in TCG. Pendulum Shokan harmonizing, which will summon a monster from the deck. And now we are making Time Star Magician. Time Star Magician is going to be detaching to send from, I should say, searching your deck probably for the Astrograph. Magna Hut banishing the Celestial, just to get a body on the field. That's the Astrograph, as I was expecting. Activating to search during the end phase. We're going to try to destroy ourselves, and because it's not a hard once per turn, we're going to protect it from destruction and send a Sorcerer from the deck to the grave. Now you do this to reborn it with your Selene. Rebirth our Unicorn back onto the field. Look at that, comboing with Unicorn. Just Unicorn. Unicorn in Birth? That's combos. Astrograph, special summon off of a monster or a card being destroyed, that is. We are now going to make our Electromite. Take notes if you want to play Pendulum. Oath Dragon adding back an extra deck monster back to the hand. Electromite get poppin', add back the Astrograph. Not a hard once per turn. It will activate to special summon. The Iris will also activate after being destroyed to search our deck, and we're going to draw a card with the Electromite. And we were popping off. This is Pendulum top tier TTK. Iris being grabbed to the Astrograph. Now we have a Star Pendulum Graph, which could search for more Pendulum monsters. We have the Time Pendulum Graph, which will be able to pop a card on the opponent's field. Selene Abida. So remember all that long, like 5 plays ago, we got the Sorcerer in the graveyard. Now it's time to special summon the Sorcerer. Sorcerer pop the back row, pop 2 to search 2, that is. And now we got a Butler. Butler is a special summon if we can make room for it. We are linking this off into Elf. Link 3 and Link 2 making an Elf. That is an expensive Elf. Reborning our Electromite from the grave thanks to the Bestial on the field. We're now making a Dweller to completely turn off their grave, as we could safely use Dweller in the draw phase without fear of an impermanence. We have Dissolver being used to activate to make a fusion summon Omni Negate, spin back an attack position monster back in the hand. We are going to now Butler, Reborn, pop our back row, and the Electromite is going to be popping again to trigger the Astrograph because that part of the effect is not a hard once per turn. What the heck? I don't really know about returning the Magna Hut. Was there a good reason to do that? I don't think so, right? Dweller, detach. The graveyard is now turned off for you on top of our Omni Negate, and if you activate a monster effect, we have Unicorn to look in your extra and banish Kick Kalos face down. You're done. No more. Wait, what the? That's not Kick Kalos? We're leaving Kick Cal into the extra deck. All right, sure. Let's see. You know, what's Kick Kalos good for if their graveyard's turned off? Maybe the only thing we actually fear is this card. So instead of just defaulting to Kick Cal, which probably would also be an auto win anyway, this is just in case. Pendulum Graph is going to be sending 2 cards. We got pop 1, pop another. So she's going to be activating right now in a bit, just like that. Purple Poison, so from that trap we're popping 2. Also triggering a bunch of cards here. Holy moly. Electromite normally is not on the field during the opponent's turn. It's going to be drawing a card here. The Astrograph was triggered, searching for another Purple Poison. The advantage is endless. We didn't even draw one with the Electromite yet. Random draw into the Harmonizing. And we in MP2 now. Add back during the end phase. I don't think that's going to help you one bit. We do still have our Omni Negate on top of our Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. We're going to use Dweller, not saving it for next turn because there will definitely not be another turn. We have over 9,000 damage on the field. We are going to Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, negate and destroy the Druid Swarm. And just like that, lethal damage taking this into game 2. Maxi draw phase because Fenrir searching for Unicorn. Both players playing Unicorn. We expect everyone to play Fenrir, but Unicorn also? That is wild. We got the Punk Seaman searching. We got Foxy Toon discarding to special summon our Fusion Summoner. We are fusing into the Rising Carp, which will then summon 2 monsters from the deck. We're just taking the Maxi challenge like true Chads. We do not care. Got Wagon for the field spell. No hand trap in sight, by the way. The field spell is going to allow us to draw up to 2 cards and summon a Punk from the hand. We're going to get Punk in from the hand, which will be the Mad Dam. Mad Dam minus 600 to trigger the field spell to draw 1 and search for the trap, which could pop any card on the field. Chaos Ruler. Mill 5, add a light or dark among those 5 cards milled. PEP, that's going to be ending on, yes. Reborn the Rising Carp, a non-light/dark, so it does not get Bestialed. Still no hand trap. What the? 5 cards. What did we reveal that we can grab back? We're going to just mill the Sharon to trigger the fusion, adding the Ogre Dancer. Rhino Heart, discard Merly to Reborn. We're struggling with room, aren't we? Yeah, we can't. All right, well, the Merly gets to activate to fuse at least. We are going to be grabbing a Sharon from the deck, and we're not even activating the Merly to fuse, so that was kind of weird. We discarded Merly to not activate it, to then reborn it with the effect of the Kick Kalos so that we can mill 8. 8-card mill, nothing good on the 3, nothing good on the 5. All 8 cards were a garbage mill. We're going to mill an additional 4. Mill 4 cards for both players, summon a monster among those 8 cards total. Maybe we could steal an opponent's Fenrir. Nope. Stealing a Luster Pendulum. Limited to 1. Making our Root Count to negate an effect to special summon. And now we got Baron to floor, Omni negate. Look at this Max C challenge. Oh my Jesus. Dark is here to steal a dark monster from the graveyard. Normally the pendulums don't go to the grave because they go to the extra when leaving the field. But from the deck or hand, they do go to the grave here. Where are your hand traps? There, you just had Max C. No Imperm, no Ash. Do you just play Max C? Sprint on summon could send a Merly, which has not activated Diffuse yet. There's 7 cards left. Do we deck out Victory? Oh boy. 6 cards. Buried Tail Snow is going to be able to summon at least like 3-4 times, right? And okay, Bear in the Floor, pop it. Resummon it again. No way. 5 more summons. Chaos Ruler. 4 more summons. Fairy Tail Snow. No way. Banishing half the field to summon the Fairy Tail Snow. 25 cards in the graveyard still. We have Enchantress grabbing a Rite of Erismere, which will summon a How? How? You like couldn't link this off? There was just like nothing. Oh gosh. How did we stop cooking right there? Well, we have a duel on our hands here. We are in a situation. We have the effect to negate a special summon. We have Omni negate. We have pop a card on the field that's face down unless we get a punk on the field, which I don't see happening. And yeah, we really don't have much. We do have a Maxi of our own. The Fairy Tail's on the field and we don't have a way to get it in the grave. Uh-oh. We really thought we were gonna deck out. We just weren't able to. Hajime! I couldn't even see that. That was just off the screen. The whole hand is just off the screen. We're gonna Black Fang, reduce the Kaleido to then destroy itself. The Black Fang will then reborn a Celestial Magician for the graveyard. Kashtira Birth, just summoning a unicorn was summoned, out a normal summon from the hand that is. The Fenrir reborn from the graveyard, searching for another Kashtira from the deck. Black Fang Magician again reducing a monster's attack on the field, and special summoning a Dark Spellcaster from the graveyard. It is not a hard once per turn, triggering the Astrograph to summon onto the field. We are just messing him up. Get reborn in. Pendulum, Star Pendulum Graph, I think had nothing to search here. We have Electromite with nothing to put from the deck into the extra as we only have 1 card left. Purple Poison is going to be destroyed by the Baron de Fleur. Triggering the Unicorn, triggering the Fenrir to banish a card, and triggering the Purple Poison to destroy what negated it. We are banishing from the field the extra deck and popping the Baron de Fleur. Holy moly. Negate and destroy Purple Poison. If Purple Poison is destroyed, it activates. Banishing Kick Callus face down, forever gone. No way to interact with it, no way to put it back into the game. We are now using Max C as we are possibly setting up for a Pendulum Shokan. Access the codes. Let's do it. It's going to be 4,300 attack. We have a fire monster in the graveyard. That's it. Just 1 pop. Pendulum Shokan from the extra, from the hand, then here from the hand. Now we are making Ignister Prominence, which could spin a card in the field back into the deck. I believe that's what its effect does, yes. Shuffle a card in the field back in the deck. You could target a pendulum on the field or in the graveyard, destroy it, then shuffle a card. Non-target shuffle. Are we shuffling the snow back in the deck? Yes, we are. Back in the deck we go. Iris is going to pop itself to boost up the fields. And just like that, that is over 15,000 damage. Pendulum with the 2-0 victory, defeating Tearlaments. Well, Max C helped a little bit, just a little. Caliber and a Striker Dragon. Looks like we just have a Bestial. Bestial against Dragon Link. Is that going to even be good? Get Dragon Link in. What is a good dragon that represents the deck? Lubellion is good. I think Pisty trying to summon from the graveyard could be good. But if it targets a card that's banished, that's not going to be good. Bestial banish a Lubellion could be good. Banish the Safer before it adds back a Lubellion or a Leveneer could be good. So that's what we're doing here. Safer cost to banish, but why not let it activate, then banish the Leveneer? I think that would make more sense, right? Because there's multiple copies of Safer in the deck. And I think it's a hard once per turn. I would think so. It should be. we have negate a monster in the field. It's untargetable by monsters and indestructible by card effects. And we have Borland negate anything. And we have Bestial stop a Tearlament fusion. Ash negate the branded fusion. And that's good enough to just win. You didn't even see your next draw. You don't even care to see your next draw. Let's do it. We're going to be opening up with, unfortunately, the Ash does negate the effect of Branded Fusion, even though Branded Fusion's activation cannot be negated. We are negating the effect. And holy moly, did a single Ash just completely blow us out. That is nuts. Seifert sending Sarah near to get searching for a Chaos Monster. That is going to be a negate. I do not think so. Add any dragon from your deck to your hand. I mean, it would just be searching for a Bestial though, right? You add a dragon whose level is equal to what we sent, so 6 for 6. So negating searching for a Bestial, is that the right way? I just think we're in trouble anyway. Add Lubellion, which was sent there by the Sarah near, sending itself to search for the Magna Hut, which we were likely searching for anyway. Banishing Sarah near, activating the search during the end phase. We're going to then send the Magna Hut for the Lubellion to set up a branded spell and trap in the back row. Monster negate, Omni negate, destroy any card in the field if we have a Bestial on the field, which we could easily get on the field by banishing a Light and Dark from either field, graveyard that is, but we need a monster on their field in order to do so. Begin. Albion sending an Albaz from the deck to the graveyard to draw 1. We're going to normal summon Kalbeck to banish it for Ishtados. Ishtados could declare a monster type and then destroy that monster type, but it is negated by the Borland. And we're just giving up. We're just like, it's not even, I'm not going to attack. What am I going to do? Kill a Tracer? It gets reborn by the Borland? What's the point of any of this? We have Wyver Burster activating alongside the Chaos Ruler, milling 5 to add a Light and Dark among those 5 cards being sent to the graveyard. Nothing. Completely whiffed the mill. What was that? Baldrake banishing. Now we got our body. Borland wiping him out. And with over 12,000 damage on the field, lethal damage 2-0. It is unfortunate for Murad that for game 1 he did blue screen. The computer crashed. I'm very sorry about that, my friend. And ideally, you would be able to quickly go on your phone, right? And connect to the game that you crashed from. I don't know if that's possible. If anyone's tried that while playing a game on PC, close the client, then switch to the phone, maybe. Welcome to the top 4 where we have Rikka versus Exosister, the day that Kashtira has been released. Hajime. Painful decision, searching for the Loki. We have no hand trap in sight, so this is going to be, in real game time, a 10-minute turn 1. Back when Darkle No More was more popular, the Strenna was really good because you would negate the field, and then Strenna, if tributed by any of your card effects, would then summon another monster that negates. So if tributed by the Sheet or the Princess when attempting to take control of a monster or negate, it's going to summon another monster negate or quick effect monster tribute. We have the Resurgent, which will spin back a monster back to the hand. We have the Regulus Omni negate. We got the Sheet. We got the, yeah, there you go. That's about 4 disruptions. Bail off the top of the deck. No way. Ain't no way. Stella is going to activate a special summon. So what's very interesting here, if we summon Stella and Resurgent spins it back, I think we literally ended our turn. Interesting. We are instead being allowed to make Mikalis. Ricochet is going to tribute Mikalis, take control of Elise, and we lose anyway. Gee, like, there was 10 different ways to lose. Now, it's common practice if you win game 1 to just open up Max C for game 2. As we see here, Max C'ing against Exosister is quite effective. Thankfully, Martha is not like Long Yun, where it summons the monster from the deck separately. Boy, are we playing into this Max C. Oh boy. Into Mikalis. We have not used up our normal summon yet. Mikalis is going to be searching, not getting impermanence here, holding to the imperm. Hold it. Banish. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, because we could have negated the effect to search also, but then he realized, whoa, he's trying to trigger the Martha by banishing a card from my grave. That is not cool. Martha would then exceed, then we would go into Magnifica. That would have been draw 2 at Max C. Mikalis is nothing now. No effect, absolutely nothing. Max C, if you called by, that would trigger the Martha. If you move a card from the graveyard, that will trigger the Martha. And because Martha likes to be triggered, we would tribute it with our Con and not the Mikalis. Interesting. I don't know if, I don't think we tributed the right card. We're going to grab Glamour from the deck, which we already glamored, so I don't think we could use another Glamour. We cannot. We have the Valor negating Petal from searching for a Rikka monster. We already used up our normal summon. Triple Tactics talent, we are drawing 2. Wow, that actually worked. The unexpected die is if you control no monster, summon a Loki from the deck, and the Petal's just stuck on the field. Holy moly, how did that work? The D summoned 2 Exosister from the deck. No Ash in sight to negate. The Con is going to be tributing the Martha to take control of another monster with the effect of the sheet. The Sisters just got sheeted on. And, yup. Fadis puts them back in the deck during the end phase. All right, we have Imperm. Petal is going to get Veilered. And we could just normal summon our Loki and go from there. Let's do it. Imperm onto the Dryas is going to be the way. Negate. No search for the Sunvine Sowing. Link this up into a Jasmine. We're going to Rikka Glamour tribute the Jasmine, searching for a Snowdrop and the Borea. Unexpected die because we have no monster on the field. That is ideal to make another Dryas, which is not a hard once per turn for the search for the Sowing. Sowing into the Twin summon the Loki, trigger the effect of the Dryas to summon a healer. And we should have another Jasmine in the extra. If not, we're going Melius, resummon Loki into the Thrasher. 3,200 attack, double attack. So we got 6,400. Wait, that's exactly their life points. Lethal damage exactly. Very well done. Rikka. Let's get into the other top 4. Game 1, top 4. What better way to start the top 4 than with the Max C in the draw phase to play around the Triple Tactics talent, which is exactly what it's doing. Let's go. Toggle it on. Safer, get searching, sending Levenier to search for a Lubellion. Lubellion searching for a Bestial. How much do we do under Max C? Well, we are at least summoning the Magna Hut, banishing the Levenier, searching the end phase, grabbing a Hieratic Seal, which will be able to spin a card face up back to the hand. And at least we'll have a Bestial. We didn't summon our Lubellion from the graveyard to set up with like a Branded Beast or something similar to that. We got Purple Poison with the Duelist Alliance. If the Purple Poison is destroyed, it will then pop a card in the field. Luster Pendulum, popping the Purple Poison, forcing the Hieratic Seal to activate. We have to do it now. Spin back the Luster Pendulum, which could just be replayed back onto the field like nothing happened. But being tributed, we could special summon a Baldrake, which could be used with the Druid Swarm to be spun back in the deck. So it cannot be used with the Druid Swarm. Holy moly. Baldrake's doing nothing. Just scoop it up. Yeah, you got outplayed by Max C in the draw phase. How dare you? All right, let's get this set up. Opening up against no hand traps in sight. We are gonna fully cook. No Borreload Savage Dragon, but we do have a decent field here. Triple Bestial for triple banish. We do have the Masquerena, which could link off during the opponent's turn into a card like a Unicorn to get spinning. We have Borreload to negate a monster on the field. And Branded Beast could pop anything, but we do need that Bestial on the field. The Baldrake could also tribute Druid Swarm to banish an extra deck monster, which the Druid Swarm could then send a special summon monster to the grave. We're going to be searching for a Unicorn with the Fenrir. Activating Druid Swarm. That is going to trigger the Fenrir to banish a card in the field. Borland negate. Nope. We're going to go into the Masquerena. Masquerena with the Druid Swarm with the Unicorn is going to be double disruption. We're going to spin a card and send a card. Now, the Purple Poison does not activate unless it is destroyed. By completely opening up the field, they can now summon Unicorn. Unicorn's going to be special summoning. Goodbye. Goodbye. Special summon the Unicorn. Unicorn's going to search for Birth. Birth is here. Birth activate, which could reborn the Fenrir, but Fenrir already activated Banish, so that will not be activating again. Baldrake banishing our own Masquerena to set up for the Baldrake play. Baldrake will be tributing a light or dark monster to banish a monster summoned from the extra deck. We are going to now be looking at the extra deck to banish a card face down. What do we banish face down? Goodbye to Borreload. Borreload, be gone. And we are going to be attempting to wipe up this field. Whoa, we got Branded Beast chaining to the activation of a Pendulum Scale before they Pendulum Shokan. We are going to pop it up. Now, the Oath could add back if we have a Magician in our other Pendulum Scale. We're ending our turn, though. The Borland Dragon's going to negate the Fenrir to reborn the Tracer from the grave. And now we got Chaos Space with no card to discard except the Safer. It's going to banish to add the Lubellion. Lubellion can be discarded to... Whoa. We know when it's lost. We know when it's over. It is far from over. Let's scoop that up. Let's hop into game 3. Let's do it. Uh-oh, we have no hand trap. Triple Monster Negate, Omni Negate, and send a card in the field to the grave. It will destroy. So it's 6 cards, plus the Fenrir. If you activate a monster effect, a card will be banished. It's about 7 disruptions, 3 of them being tied to the Apollo. Woo, let's go. Tracer, we're going to immediately use the Pendulum Graph. Playing around TTT, by the way. No TTT after that. So we're going to quickly launch onto the field. Now we could TTT. We could discard Leveneer to send Safer. Safer could add back Leveneer, and then we could scoop because we no longer have 3 monsters in the graveyard to banish. That sounds good. Baron to floor, negate. So our TTT is live. Are we yoinking? Are we drawing? We're going for the cope. We drawing 2. Drawing into, we have no normal summon. Gosh. Damn. TTT to the grand finale. Let's go. The grand finale is here. The top 16 deck list will be on masterduelmeta.com or pinned in the top comment. With that said, Hajime. No side deck, main deck evenly matched. This is the day, the week of Kashtira's new release. As you see, Fenrir in TTK's opening hand. And we are just like that. So what did we accomplish here? We have Therion negate anything. We have Fenrir banish a face-up card if you activate a monster effect. We have secretly a Call by the Grave and the Max C, so we're not going to mention that really. But we do have Princess in the Graveyard hiding, ready to negate a monster effect, and the Strenna, if tributed, is going to turn into another monster negate or a quick effect monster tribute. Let's go. Hey, Max C in the draw phase. Maybe we ban Max C just from the grand finale. Yeah, that would make sense, right? We have double Valent World. Now, in the same column as your monster, you could push an opposing monster into the back row. Fenrir searching for a unicorn. Oath Dragon into Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye pop itself to grab an Iris from the deck. Oath Dragon recycle the Wisdom Eye back to the hand. Now we're going to use the other effect of the other field spell, special summoning a monster in the back row onto the field. Both players can make use of the field spells. So Wisdom Eye, again, not hard once returned, popping itself to set up a purple poison. If destroyed, will destroy a card on the field. Now we have Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum is normally seen as a card that's good for just going first, but it has an additional effect. If you Pendulum summon 2 monsters with different levels, you get to pop 2 cards on the field. Unfortunately, the Rikka Princess is going to negate the Beyond the Pendulum by tributing the Strenna. Now, Strenna being tributed is going to turn into that monster negate or a quick effect monster tribute. What's it going to be? We have Maxi of our own also. You Maxi me, I Maxi you, but I have Call by the Grave. Oh my Jesus. Negate the Maxi. Not giving you even a single draw. Now, what happens to the already resolved Maxi? It's still in effect. It still works. It's not negated. We're still drawing if they special. That's going to be the monster negate. And what else we have here? Pendulum Shokan with 4, 5, 6, 7. That triggers our effect to get poppin'. Regulus will be negating. as we said. So very interesting that we didn't tribute the Beyond the Pendulum to Negator, but then, you know, we wanted the Shrena to go in the graveyard. Because you activate a monster effect, we're going to look at your extra deck and banish the Teardrop face down. It's gone forever. Birth, after searched for with the Unicorn, is going to reborn our Fenrir. Fenrir has not used its effect to banish a card on the field yet after an opponent's monster activates their effect, or if you declare an attack with your Fenrir. We are making Time Star Magician. Time Star Magician could search for an Astrograph if you already don't have access to that, or we could just grab a Black Fang Magician here, which, if going second, you could reduce an opponent's monster's attack and reborn a Dark Spellcaster from the grave. Celine Navidad, Link 3, reborn a Spellcaster from the graveyard, negate its effect to gain counters which are needed to remove to summon from the grave. All right, but she climbs up into an Access Code Talker, which we don't just negate, we also destroy. That triggered the Fenrir to get Banishing, and now we are using the Black Fang Magician to reborn a Dark Spellcaster from the graveyard after reducing a monster and being destroyed. Can we lethal? We have Wisdom Eye, we have no more normal summon. We are making an Electromite this late into the turn. We are going to add an Astrograph, play our Wisdom Eye pop itself to grab another Black Fang. We're gonna pop the Black Fang. No, we're popping the Purple Poison instead to add the Astrograph to then pop a card in the field with the Purple Poison, triggering the Astrograph to summon itself onto the field. And Ash is going to negate the summon of the Astrograph, which could summon itself anyway after we use the effect of the Black Fang, which we're about to do. Holy moly, Black Fang again, Astrograph again. Let's do it. Pendulum is nuts. Best deck, let's go. Come forth, Astrograph Sorcerer, adding another Purple Poison from the deck to the hand because it was destroyed this turn. And Beyond the Pendulum is back. We're gonna link this up into Access the Codes. What do we have in our hand here? Access Code Talker, 4,300 attack. How are we not timed out yet? To battle we go. We have over 11,000 damage on the field. No freaking way. Max Seed challenge accepted, and we have defeated our opponent through the Max C. Damn. Pendulum Kashtira. Kashtira did some things. It did some things. It did contribute. Very well done. Let's hop into game number 2. Alrighty, no hand trap in sight. We went first for game 1. That was not enough. Dryas into the sowing, sowing into the twin summon Loki, Dryas summon a monster from the extra deck. Come forth, it's gonna be a healer. Heal up for a little bit of life. Now we have Jasmine. We are now going to remake the Dryas, remake another healer, heal some life while we have a Jasmine to then search for a Borea. Just like game 1, you are watching a different duel here, I promise you. Ricochet could tribute a monster to take control of another monster, thanks to the Con. We also have Princess, which could tribute an opponent's monster to negate a monster's effect, or we could tribute our Strenna with the Sheet or the Princess to trigger her effect to summon the Teardrop. Teardrop will quick effect tribute a monster. We have Resurgent, spin an opponent's monster back to the hand. We have negate a spell or negate a monster, and we have negate anything with the Regulus. TTK, if anyone could break this field, it's you. Special summon Unicorn. If it gets spun back or destroyed, we could just special summon Unicorn again. We do have Birth to reborn the Unicorn. We're going to normal summon the other Unicorn without tributing. Setting up our Pendulum Scales, we're going to negate the other Pendulum Scale. Negate the spell. Negate and destroy. Now, with that monster activation, the Unicorn is going to be triggered to look at the extra deck to banish a card face down, and Princess is negating the Unicorn from looking at the extra deck. What do you not want them to banish, or did you really just want a Teardrop on the field from the Strenna being tributed? Well, that's the end of our turn. Interesting. Holy moly. If we had a 20-card extra deck, we'd have room for Galaxy Tomahawk. Rikka Sheet, tribute the Unicorn to take control of a Unicorn, get boosted up after a tribute. That is open field, lethal damage. Oh boy. TTK just did not open as well. Was able to play through a Maxi game 1. No Maxi in sight for game 2, but that turn 1 field was way too powerful. This is game 3. Let's go. No Maxi in sight. We have Imperm only. When do you Imperm Pendulum? I don't even know. The Beyond the Pendulum, the Electromite, one of those seem pretty good to negate, right? Come forth, Pendulum Shokan. This is searching 2 cards. Maybe I would Imperm that. I mean, who even knows? Set it up. Oh no. I mean, how are we going to break this? We do have Imperm to try to go even with 1 card. Triple Monster Negate, you would try to negate her, and then the Odd Eyes would negate the Imperm. So we do have an Omni Negate on top of the Triple Monster Negate on top of Destroy/send 2 cards on the field. So about 5 Disruption and a Max C. Hajime. Oh, evenly matched. Oh my Jesus. Oh no, TTK. If you negate Imperm, you're gonna get even lead. No, no. Maybe he's gonna negate something else, right? He's gonna bait before Imperming. Maybe he'd negate Small World, did not negate. Uh-oh, Imperm. Okay, we're just gonna go right onto the Odd Eyes Vortex, not giving them a choice. It's gonna guaranteed force out the negate, and then we have evenly matched, banishing everything but the Apollo USA. Man, we're still screwed though. That Apollo's got triple monster negate. That didn't work out as well as I thought. Huh. Negate! Holy moly. Paddle Search, no good. Sunvine Sowing, dead. We got Rikka Sheet. We could tribute our Rikka Petal to take control of the Apollo. Now, we have Wisdom Eye plus the Duelist Alliance. All right. The Joker on summon searching for a Harmonizing Magician. When Pendulum Summon, will summon a monster from the deck. We're gonna Rikka Sheet right now. Tributing the Petal to take control of the Apollo USA for double monster negate. Do we just go into battle phase and swing over? Nope. We are going to Pendulum Shokan from the extra deck. We are going to be summoning the Harmonizing. Could Harmonizing be chain link blocked by the Pendulum Sorcerer? If a Pendulum monster is Pendulum summoned, all monsters gain 1,000. That is a mandatory effect. You cannot chain link block the Harmonizing. You didn't negate? What's the point of Apollo? Oh my Jesus. Oath Dragon from the deck. Now we have a Baron de Floor. Baron de Floor. Oh, the sheet. No way. What? Did you just sheet on yourself? Rikka Sheet. Take your opponent's monster, and then that monster cannot activate its effects. Players, not your opponent, cannot activate that face-up monster's effects on the field this turn. Literally just sheeted on himself. Baron de Floor get poppin'. Holy moly, that is crazy. 8,000 damage, lethal damage. Buh, boost. Oh, stop with the BM, what the? Very well done. TTK, LMT, both of you are top tier and you know it. We got the top deck list, which we'll be going into. Let's do it. Top 16 Wings Yu-Gi-Oh! I have my eye on Kashtira. We got Birth, triple Unicorn, double Fenrir with the Shang-Ri and the Diablos, which triggers the Shang-Ri to just lock up the field like crazy. So very well done with your Scareclaw Kashtira deck. Moving on, we have Miso Hornish with Runic Sprite. No Kashtira in sight, but we do have a Pit Knight early, which is very good card. Moving on, we have -1, 40 card, double Fenrir, no other Kashtira here. Let's look at the extra deck. All right, looking good, quite standard. This is gonna be the way to play Tearlament. Just straight up copy this and you now have the best way to play Tear. That's what I'm thinking. Moving on, we have Review with the 41 card. We do have Fenrir in here. No Unicorn, no Rise Heart. This is the extra deck. Thank you. Moving on. Red and Jude 10. No Kashtira in Sword Soul, but I do think there was a Sword Soul player in the tournament playing Kashtira. Vodka for free. Unfortunately, Vodka in the top 16 had an emergency and had to leave within the top 16. Maybe they would have done better with this deck list beyond just getting top 16. Double Fenrir, toss it in. That is the way. Let's keep on moving on. Pepe's third nipple. I don't know why a Sky Striker player keeps randomly squeezing into the top 16 every week. We do have Azalea, so that's pretty cool. It doesn't really add too much, but it's something. And unfortunately, the new Sky Striker cards, they just suck. If we type in newly released Sky Striker, we're not using them. We're not using any of the Sages. No Sage, no Sage, but we do have Azalea. What the heck, Konami? Are they even real support or what? We have Golden. Now, Blackwing players are playing Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel with a light monster. Do we have a light monster? You don't have to have a light monster to summon it, but without a light monster, it will protect your monsters from battle destruction, and on summon, you banish a card in the field. Still very good. Let's keep on going on. We have a large 60 card deck, Maraude. Trying to fit this on screen, mate. Oh my Jesus. If you could just like zoom in, we'll just slowly move down as you can see. 60 card, and you couldn't fit Kashtira in here. No way. Ain't no way there's no Kash. Lemon with another 60 card deck. Oh my Jesus. We do have Kashtira in this as we scroll down. Yup, that is the full main deck, and then we got the extra deck. And now Clappin' Fools is clapping it up with Fenrir in the main, as most of the Tearlaments players are doing. So here is the main deck. Let's scroll on down for the extra. Chaos Angel is here. Chaos Angel with the Lubellion plus a Merly. That is some good plays. Very well done. Mugiwara. Mugiwara. We got the Fenrir as expected. Alrighty. Nice. And then we have Snitrox with Dragon Link. Dragon Link at least be playing Chaos Angel, right? No Fenrir. No Chaos Angel. I was hearing some TCG players, they're conflicted on Chaos Angel on whether it's optimal or not in a Dragon Link deck. Now, in Master Duel, we have unbanned Chaos Ruler, which combos really well with the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. If they were to ban the Chaos Ruler, we would not play Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, and we'd have 2 spots in the extra deck, very likely tossing in the Chaos Angel here. And yeah, you know, some people play 2 Striker Dragon with a triple burst also. He's got no triple burst at all. Good job. Valiru, 40 card clean Exosister. This is what I like to see. Very well done. LMT with the 60 card Rikka. I didn't even notice how fat your Rikka deck was. Damn, son. That's huge. All right, look at the extra. Very nice, and that's the main. Then your first place winner, 44 card Titacon, Pendulum with Kashtira, triple unicorn, 1 birth, 2 Fenrir. This is the way, and we just have Max C for our hand trap. Here is the extra deck, and good job to everyone. Thank you very much, and let's get to it. And thank you all for supporting greatly these tournament videos, allowing us to continue to upload them, liking, commenting, subscribing. Appreciate it. Yes,